Important little touch by Eric Dyer. Oh, it comes to Divock Origi! He's won the European
Hello. Good evening, everyone. Today I'm in very, very good health. It is not a coincidence for anything that happened yesterday. Don't worry, relax, calm down. My health has not been good, but today I'm in very, very good health. Not because of anything. I've been well rested. Okay. So we are back. The Cop Talk is back. Sponsored by Footsy app Malaysia. Thank you. Have you guys checked out the Footsy app? Have you downloaded the Footsy app yet? If you have not, there is something really, really awesome with that app. Please download it. We're going to have a show one day talking about the Footsy app sometime very soon. But please download the app and use it for your footballing needs. We are back, and this is the Liverpool Fan Talk Show here in Malaysia, the KOPTALK.my, and I've got my panel waiting backstage. First and foremost, a viewer disclaimer. Anything we say today, there is no pun intended. There is no wrong intention. It is all in the game. The banter is all about banter. Please don't take it hard. I know there's some people that are taking it really, really hard. We have a lot of friends in common fan bases of other clubs. Just relax. It's all in the game. Things happen. You win some, you lose some. Sometimes you lose some a bit too badly, but that's life. Just take it that way, you guys. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to bring in my panel here. I've got Mr. Dave B in the house. There. You see, you know why we didn't win yesterday? It's because you last week because you didn't do this. This time you did this, right? How's it going, Dave B?
Going good, and I'm same as well, same as you. My health is doing good, freshened up, looking forward, quite excited for tomorrow actually.
All right. Okay. We will not talk about Fantasy League because I know it was a crazy Saturday for a lot of fantasy fanatics. But anyhow,
that'll be great.
We are going to get my brother from another mother, the guy who came up with this idea with me together a long time ago, Mr. Puvarasan, or as we know him to be the Footy Guru. All right.
Oh, myself.
If you need a goalkeeper, you know who to call, right, Puva? I'm not saying names, but you know who to call if you need a goalkeeper, right?
Yeah. And unlike other Sundays, today feel like more excited, feeling so great. Not sure why, even without Liverpool playing. I wonder why.
It feels like a Friday night. It feels like a Friday night after a long week of work.
Yes.
I've never heard Pua saying this for the entire.
No, I can't help it. It reaches a level you can't help it. You have to.
Okay.
You have to throw it.
Well, sometimes you go 30 years and you survive the storm.
Exactly.
Sometimes you can't go 2 match weeks. I shall not say further. Let's get on with the show. Okay. Before anything, we would like to announce a big shout out to our sponsor, Footsy app Malaysia, all our KFT networks, the Footy Talk show, the Devil's Den show, the Shades of Red show, the all Liverpool and Manchester United show that we're doing next week, where we will have both Liverpool fans and Manchester United fans on next week. Please tune in to us. All these shows this year is sponsored by the Footsy app Malaysia. Thank you very much, Footsy app. We appreciate it, and we are hoping to do you guys justice with all our shows. Thank you guys again. The Footsy app, please go download it from Google Play Store or even the App Store. It's a brilliant app for you to use. All right. So we're gonna get into it. We're not reviewing any match yesterday, unfortunately, but we're gonna talk about the preview. Crystal Palace. I think me and Puva don't need to talk about this because we have some great experiences for Monday Night Football against Crystal Palace. But Dave, you being a person who was in Liverpool, who was in
Mm,
the UK,
mm.
uh, what are your thoughts on this match? Going into when you were there then, probably Crystal Palace didn't mean much back then, but today they are really uh, if I have to say it, Puva probably agree with me here. Crystal Palace really represents what an English football team is today in the modern day. They have got everything you need. Everything you need in the sense that they don't have a lot of money, they don't have a lot of good firepower, but they've got players playing their heart out the English footballing way. Do you agree? Do you guys agree? Yeah.
And they
Yeah, I
also
mean,
have,
yeah, it can be true that they can be the party spoilers early in the season. I mean, they have done that in the past. Um, Crystal Palace, I've watched them against Arsenal. I mean, the opening match of the Premier League. Second half, they were very impressive, extremely impressive. The only thing lacked with them is the finishing. There's nothing else I can actually bring up on Crystal Palace coming into this match. But I guess that they have um, that attitude and the way they can bring the game to uh, their opponents. I mean, again, they were very impressive against Arsenal, but it's just that they lacked finishing. Going into Monday Night Football, I mean, I have seen in the past a lot of miseries happening on Monday night, but I hope it's not. It is not at the moment because I think everyone is quite excited about Monday. We are playing our first home game. Um, I guess we have a latest injury news. I think I was talking to Poa earlier. We will miss Joan Matip through a groin. And I guess the pairing again, it's very clear that we're going to have Trent, Gomez, Van Dijk, and Robertson at the back with Allison. And we will miss apparently Thiago as well for 5 good old weeks. Um, there you go, and we will have Naby Keita who actually performed well against Crystal Palace last season. So, and he had his name on his goal scoring sheet, and I mean, of course, we don't expect him to do that again. But I think we have enough firepower going into this. Um, I guess that everyone has to regroup and do what they have done in the second half when Carvalho, Nunes, and Elliott came in. I think we are good to go.
Okay. Puva, what are your thoughts on this match? Yeah, Puva was saying something earlier. What do you think? Let's give some focus on Crystal Palace here. They have been they may not be maybe a kingmaker team or something, but they can deprive you of the throne. They've been that kind of a team. So what are your thoughts here, Puva, on Crystal Palace?
um, sort of boogie team for us also in a way. Dangerous team to play against. We can't judge based on what happened to them in the first game because, as Dave B said earlier, the second 45 minutes, Palace were brilliant against Arsenal. That's a fact. Just that they couldn't score against them, and Arsenal had the sucker punch on them in the 88th minute through Saka. But apart from that, credit to Palace. Actually, it's not a bad start for them because Arsenal were high on confidence and they expected to do well this season. So it wasn't shocking for me they lost the first game, but don't expect it's going to be easy for us in the showdown tomorrow. And we were speaking earlier about Crystal Palace being um, some sort of very few typical English team left in the game, which I agree, because if you notice, not backed by uh, Arabian honors or American honors, working in limited budgets, throughout the year. Uh, the game style have been changing under different managers. The culture has been changing now. Under Patrick Vieira, they tried to play a good brand of football, free flowing football, where it was missing under Roy Hodgson before, because Roy Hodgson loved to play typical British style of football. May won't be beautiful to the eyes, but the end product will be always there. The result will be always there. So I'm excited to see Crystal Palace. Okay, I tipped them to finish top 12 this season. So let's see. And also, I have to say this. I have to say this regarding Crystal Palace fans. I have read about it. I have seen some documentary on that. They are one of the best supporting fan base in
Oh
England.
yes, they are. They are. They are. That
Yeah,
much I know. One of my ex bosses, when I was having a little small temporary job, was actually from the city where Crystal Palace, and the fan base there, as he tells me, is like it is one of the best, and of course he gives a lot of credit to your the Liverpools and the Uniteds and the Newcastles and all that, but he said Crystal Palace is indeed one of the out and out English football cities. So you're right.
especially the games in Crystal Palace. Whenever they play at home, you guys can
Yep.
see the ultras of Crystal Palace. They are
Yep.
very loud. They are very loud. Even if their team will be losing or what, they will be still singing, chanting, supporting their manager. That's something to admire about. That's what you said earlier, that they are probably one of the dying breed of English football.
Yep.
There's no much club. There's not many clubs available left in the game. Actually, to be very honest.
Hmm.
Okay. I got something to ask here. What you said earlier, you're already predicting. Your prediction is they finish top 12, and my take this season. Hear me out here and tell me whether you both agree or disagree. Um, the We've seen how the season was for the last football was in England the last three seasons easily, and the last 3 seasons. I think you guys don't know this better than me, because I'm always playing a devil's advocate, and I'm always going to be very uncertain about sure games. You guys were a lot more confident than me in terms of sure games. For me, there's always a doubt because it's Liverpool. Um, but what I'm trying to say is, like last time when you go to a certain game, you go into a certain game against a certain team, whether you go on the road, whether it's an Anfield, um, you kind of know, and you guys always got this. You kind of know, like you guys will tell me, come on, man, it's just this team. We'll definitely take them. It's just a matter of what the score is and so on. And but I believe this season, 3 seasons on, you look at the likes of Spurs. We could go to Spurs the last few seasons, and we know we'll take points. You could go to Arsenal and you will know that you're guaranteed points. You could go to a lot of teams and you can guarantee. But you're looking at Aston Villa and what Gerrard has infused for them over there. You're looking at the West Ham and what Moyes has finally built over there. You're looking at the Crystal Palace, who was probably the earlier teams that showed that consistency compared to all this group of teams that I'm mentioning. And looking at how the Brentfords are playing, the Brighton, like we said we're talking about last week's game. We all agreed that Brighton, pretty much because of who they lost in the in the transfer window, they're pretty much playing every game with 9 men, even though they've got 11. So, do you guys think that this season is going to be so easy for a lot of the teams that we can really predict a top 6 or a top 8? I really think it's really hard. And I'm thinking this season, guys, the winner of the league may not get 90 plus points. They might get 90, but I think it's going to be an 88, a high 80s, low 90s Premier League winning season for whoever that wins it. Because you know why? There's a lot of games where you were assured points in the last 3 seasons that this season is no longer going to assure you. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree with me, or you think that no, some teams have improved, yeah, but most teams are still quite flat? Or do you guys really agree with me and think that yes, A lot of teams are making a different kind of mark. Taking Fulham last week. Fulham played incredible football against us. So what do you guys think? Is it going to be so easy to go and take points from that bottom 8, bottom 10 teams which we're talking about?
If in my opinion, yes, the possibility of finishing the winners finishing by just 90 points or below that, like let's say 85 to 90 points tally, it's possible because of what you said. For example, Newcastle has definitely improved this season. I'm very sure they're going to be more competitive, especially the visits to St. James's Park going to be tough for any team, in my opinion. Even though we can easily say that the likes of Man City or Liverpool can go there and dominate the game, but not sure it's going to be easy like before. Like we can win like 3-0, 4-0 there, because we know that teams like this, especially the mid-table teams, the likes of Palace, the likes of Newcastle, even the likes of Wolverhampton Wanderers, yes, they're off to a bad start in my opinion. But eventually, when it really matters in the season, in the middle of season or towards the end of season, they will make life difficult for any top team. They will make life difficult for many top teams. Man City, Liverpool, Spurs last season took off points from both City and Liverpool. It's a
Yeah,
fact.
exactly.
Spurs was the only team to beat City home and away last season, and they drew both games against Liverpool. Okay, they took points of both top two teams in the league. So yes, I can sense something like what Spurs did from the likes of Arsenal. The visit to Arsenal not going to be easy in my opinion. It's like for the past couple of seasons, like what Senna said earlier, it's a straightforward thing. We are
Yep.
looking forward to Emirates clash. We would be like, it's a guarantee win. It's just a matter of how many goals. But we can gradually see that how Arsenal are improving. Okay, we can gradually see how Newcastle, in my opinion, defensively, they are sound. They are sound. They score very less goals, but they are defensively they are very sound. They played 2 games now. They scored two. They concede none. You
Correct.
know, um, Fulham, Fulham, they drew both games at home to Liverpool, and yesterday, if not for the Mitrovic penalty miss, they could have
They would
won.
have secured points.
They they would be lying in the table like in the top five easily with 4 points. You know, Fulham is everyone's first or second pick to actually go down this season,
Yep.
alongside Bournemouth. It's a fact. You see any podcast, they have picked Fulham and Bournemouth to go down. Okay, Bournemouth, despite the 4-0 defeat to City in Etihad, which everyone expected, we never know how they're going to perform at home. They stunned
Correct.
Aston Villa 2-0 at home in the opener. You never know how they're going to. Teams like these, especially those promoted teams, including Nottingham Forest, in my opinion, they're going to do so well. They will try very hard to win games, to collect points, to stay in the league in their home games. That's for sure. Yes, I agree. I agree. It might the winners of this season might be finishing the league by 86, 88 points. Maybe it's possible. But looking at how competitive the league is year by year, 88 is unbelievable tally.
Yep.
Unbelievable tally. Like City and Liverpool have set the bar under 99, 98, 97.
Yep. Because
No,
because actually, Puva, if I take you on that point, the reason why why City and Liverpool have gone and had all those 90s and those big 90s and all that is because a lot of the teams that were highly rated as top 6 really fell short to them. Really fell
are
short. They
you
left those teams miles away.
are you are you like
I'm not.
referring to a particular team?
I'm not. I'm not. So maybe I should talk about top 5. Not top so but that being said, the teams outside of Liverpool and City for the last 3-4 seasons, we left them miles away, and we could take points from them, cleanly take points from them. And that's the reason why we reached those 90s and high 90s. But if these top six really plays like a top six, and they only and those games results in upsets or draws, you no chance Liverpool City will be reaching the 90s. No chance. No
But
chance.
then
And
Senna,
I think
but then
this could
Senna,
be the season.
To counterback you, I'm not so sure how many points Liverpool end up winning. I mean, last season was it 92, 93,
Around there.
around
Around,
there.
yeah.
We
190.
qualified. We failed to beat anyone in the top four. We
That's
failed
true.
to beat. We failed to beat anyone in the top four.
Chelsea and Chelsea, City, and Spurs. We did not. Yeah,
Yes,
you're right.
we,
You're right.
we, we never beat them home and away.
Yep. Yep.
So basically, yes, maybe the likes of Man United should have done better to make the league even more tougher.
Yep.
Arsenal expected to do well last season itself,
Yeah.
but expect them to do well this season. That's why I
Yeah.
said yes, most likely
Yeah.
below 90 is possible.
Yeah.
Is possible. Let's see.
No,
Let's see.
but I think I'm going to be very bold here to say that I really think this season we will see a new PL winner. I'm not saying who it would be. That there's a lot of a lot of business to be done still in the transfer window and whatever not. But I really think, looking at how all the other teams are doing, but a lot of these teams that were not doing well the last few seasons are doing well this season. But that doesn't mean they're just necessarily going to simply go and win the league. But that being said, I think it's not going to be easy for the Liverpools and the Cities this season compared to the last few seasons. That's why I think a lot of Liverpool fans feel very unlucky, because we should have secured at least another one or two league titles by now. We feel really unlucky because there was a time to do it, because all the teams will go through a recovery mode and then they'll start bouncing back. And I think this is the season that we'll see a lot of bouncing back from a lot of the teams of yesteryear. Yeah. So we got some comments here. Good evening. Hi, Mohammad Messi. Thanks for watching us. This year PAPL have very good teams. That's what we're talking about. Exactly 91 points. Yeah, Puva. So he answered you. We were at 91 points last season. So yeah. So that's thanks, Mohammad Messi. Please keep the comments coming. Okay, so yeah, so that's Puva's opinion on it. Let's get into one of the topics here. Dave B, this is probably somebody like you can really tell us compared to Puva and myself. You know what Enfield is. True. It's a mecca of football, right? It's a mecca of football. But I think we've seen, this is just me. I think I've seen a gradual decline in terms of, I think the hype of Anfield is still there, the loudness of the crowd, how they can maybe make the mountains move. When you're playing the football, it's very distracting. It's not very easy. You still don't want to go there. But I think in terms of on pitch performance, I think the teams are a lot more braver. They're a lot more convinced that that if they know how to block out all the hype of Anfield, they can really try to create some damage there, steal a point or even a bigger upset. That's how I've seen it year on year. The last 4 years, there's been a decline in terms of on-pitch performance. I think these statistics also show that we have had some of our worst Anfield records under Klopp as well. And do you really think tomorrow, Crystal Palace being Crystal Palace, they come here, do you think they see Anfield as anything but just another football stadium? Especially like what Puva said, they come from a big, huge football following as well. They are also movers and shakers of their own stadium, that fan base. What do you think, Dave? I think Anfield has got to come back with a lot more on-pitch performances to really, to meet what, like Arsene Wenger said in that year where the Champions League Barca had to come back to us. It's a wrong place to go back to with any kind of Champions League first league scoreline or lead. I think that since Arsene Wenger said that, I think there's been a decline. What do you think? You're on mute, mate. You're on mute.
No, I mean, anyone wants to come into a game at Anfield. Um, I've seen people doing this training with the sound of Anfield crowd, so that you get used to that pressure. Uh, and you could ease off yourself and go in when you travel up or you travel down, you go to that ground Anfield, you don't get that stress, or you get that ease off to uh, to play, around the crowd. But still, a lot of teams last season failed to do that, and there's a lot of teams actually failed to do that in the past 4 seasons. I don't want to talk about the 2021 because we had a massive injury. We had some players from our midfield. We converted them into center backs and right backs and all sort of stuff. Klopp has done all sort of stuff to get to that finishing line. Yes, we did finish top four despite all those issues. People wrote us off. Anfield wasn't helping us. It was COVID. No crowd. Then we had the crowd back last season, and you saw the difference. You saw the difference. The Anfield crowd had raw the team, the squad, the entire structure. They just give you another vibe. They just give you another aura. They just give you another dimension to play. Even you are 1-0 down or 2-0 down, they will give you another dimension. We saw that last season when Spurs was leading 1-0, and we had to go up to the 78th or 80th minute to get an equalizer. That crowd pulled them up. They just brought them up to that dimension and made them play, and we would have won the game. But of course, we didn't win the game. And then, for me, anyone who says that Anfield is not a fortress and a place where it's just another pitch or
Just
ground.
another day in paradise.
No, I don't think
Mm.
so.
We
E-
all
even
know, but we
even
all
Arteta
know.
even Arteta needs that sound system of Anfield
Yeah,
crowd and to get his team to play
yeah,
against us, but still lost that game.
yeah.
So
But we all know that Anfield is no theater of dreams, lah. So there are no dreams that goes on there. All
you
right.
you you you
Okay, it's
can't
all
even
it's a theater. It's a theater of legitimate hard work. I guess it's not a theater of dreams, lah.
you can't
I don't know.
even
I don't
dream
know.
a
I don't know.
second.
Dreams. I don't know. Overrated or something these days. I don't know. Something like that. I don't know. So, Pufa, what's your thoughts on this?
You mean regarding the Anfield crowd?
Yeah, I mean, is it still not the crowd? I mean, in terms of the on pitch performance at Anfield, it's that we've seen a decline. The stadium is still the stadium atmospherically, but
It's
in terms of otherwise on pitch, I think we've seen a decline in performance. I think it's no longer the fortress. Any team are willing to bet a buck to take their chances at Anfield these days. It's also
uh,
part and parcel of the earlier topic that teams have really geared up and really improved over the years. And I think it's no longer a stadium. If they have a mechanism where they can block out all that other hype, they can really play good football and really steal a point at least. What do you think?
no, I believe it's still a fortress because of the number of wins we actually got the past 3 to 4 years. I'm not so sure how many times we actually lose. I think our last defeat was against Fulham,
Hmm.
where the fans were not there.
Yep.
Yep.
Like, so I can't recall back when was the last time we tasted defeat with the fans backing us in at Anfield. Regarding the performance of them, the on field performance by the fans, I could see the difference on European nights compared to normal Premier League games or normal
Hmm.
cup games. The difference is huge. You can sense it. You can sense it even you watching it on TV. You could see on European night it's totally different. It's always been, and I believe that we are traditionally known by that. We are known
Hmm.
by that. Not our fan base, the atmosphere. The likes of Wenger talking about it, the likes of Mourinho talked about it, all based on mainly because of our European nights, not our domestic games mostly. That's why we would be able to do all those great comebacks. Looking at the comebacks, most of it are on European nights. Most of it are European nights. So
Okay.
I believe there are difference. I don't know. Maybe we are. Our fans probably decided to be. They want to be loud. They want to be heard in the biggest stage possible. Like
Maybe.
maybe, maybe because obviously, I know City fans, United fans now would argue with us saying that Premier League is still the biggest trophy. No, not at all. Yes, it's probably harder to win because you have to play 38 game weeks to actually win it and to be declared the best in the league. Yes, I agree.
No.
But
It's the
in
best
terms of
because some people have got 13, some don't. So
yes, in terms of supremacy, global supremacy, continental supremacy, Champions League it is.
Champions League,
European,
yeah.
no, but cannot,
European.
bro. I mean, some because also at the same time, while some teams have 13 leagues, some teams don't have six, so it can't be the best, bro. That's why.
And yeah, may,
So it can't be the best. It can't be the best
maybe
that
to
way.
maybe maybe to certain extent, I would say that it's in a way declining. Maybe because of the additionals, the too many tourists are going now. The fans from outside Liverpool or outside UK actually now traveling there to go and watch the game. Obviously, you can't expect the same kind of voice from those non UK fans or non Liverpool born scouse through and through. I mean, through and through scouses. You can't expect that. Maybe that's one of the reason. Another reason is football is much very much commercialized now. Like that the season ticket holders for 35, 40 years also they are willing to give the tickets to those Asian fans, those United States fans, to enjoy the game. The game is going global. The game is going global.
Amazing.
Not only Liverpool, yeah, not only Liverpool. Even the likes of Real Madrid, Barcelona, their league games, their domestic league games, at times is so dire, man. It's so
Yep.
there's no voice at all. You see Italian league, boring.
Why? No, why do we have to go to Italy now? Like, why? Why do we have to?
No, 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 no. You got it wrong. No, no, don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there. We shall talk about it on November. We shall
Huh?
talk about it
No,
on
there's
November.
no need because we can't talk about it till 4 years time. We have
So
nothing to
I
talk about.
believe I believe everywhere now, except probably you see in the Argentine league, how well Boca Juniors fans, those Brazilian fans in their league, they are still very much passionate because their league didn't go big. They are not commercialized enough. You can't see much fans from outside Brazil or Argentina to travel and go watch the game there. You know, these are the factors. These are the factors. I totally disagree with those who say that Anfield atmosphere is a myth. No, not at all. We have seen in
No, it's
all
it's it's
in
not it's not
all
a myth. It's definitely not a myth, Pova. It's not a
yes,
myth. It's
definitely
just
not.
that
But
I think
I agree to a certain extent that yes, I agree. It's in a way declining. Like I have seen so many times that the fans in a way fail to lift up the players where they badly needed it. Like too many games, especially in domestic games. I've seen it. You can't see that in Wembley because Wembley, you can see it's always loud. That's why they call it Anfield South. We can we
yeah, yeah,
always
yeah.
we always create the atmosphere there. You see, they were dancing, singing, they were chanting the player's name, Jurgen Klopp, always loud. The two domestic cup finals last season, League Cup, FA Cup final. If there is
It's
a rating
crazy.
for the fans, I would give
It's
A
crazy.
plus.
It's crazy. Yeah,
They
yeah.
were
It's
crazy.
crazy. Yeah.
Crazy. But
It's
you can't
crazy.
see that week in, week out in domestic game for sure. There's another reason why. Whenever you play Fulham, okay, let's say you play Nottingham Forest at home, you play Fulham at home at Anfield. The crowd would be like, anyway, this is gonna be easy
Meh,
win.
meh.
Let's
Yeah, it'll be
let's
very
make
meh.
let's
Yeah,
make let's make noise when our players score.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
how the mentality is. But whenever you play against, let's say you play against City, you can see that the crowd will be
Yeah,
different.
we show up lah.
It,
We show up on the big games lah.
so
Show up on the big games.
it depends. It depends in situation, yeah. But for sure, I think Mikel Arteta has shown the entire world,
Okay.
you know, how opponent managers actually scared and worried before they travel to Anfield.
Okay.
Pep Guardiola in his All or Nothing City series as well, while preparing for the halftime team talk against Everton in Goodison Park, he was talking about Liverpool game already.
Correct. 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 So that's
That's
true.
my
Okay. That's a good point of view, I think, from both Dave and Puva. Like I said, I'm always going to have to bring up all these tough topics that are being questioned out there, that you get it. A lot of people, if you look into Twitter, you look into people's retweets, or even their replies to tweets. Dave would probably know this. There's a lot of this. So this is the stuff that we want to bring into the show and see, what's the point of view from our panel, or any from the Malaysian point of view, if there's anyone commenting and so on. We've got both your friend here, all the way from Genting, Mr. Kishan Balan. Kishan, do me a favor. Just do me a favor. Just bet $40 or 40 ringgit. Yeah, 40. 40 ringgit. Bet 40 ringgit. Put it on 4 or 0 on the roulette table. All right, just put it on 4 or 0. You're done. You're done. Yeah, do that. 40, 40. Put it on either 4, put it on 0. You put it on 0, you win. It's times 36. So it's good. Kishan goes on to say, Gonzalo Guedes to LFC. Here we go. It is wrong show. Wrong show. Lah. Come on, let's a wrong show. We'll save all that for Footy Talk. Mohamed Messi brings up here something very, very interesting. And I think it's something that kita banyak injury play, tapi bila main Liverpool jadi lain. Liverpool will strong. Okay, then he goes on to say about the earlier topic, last season we never lose at Anfield. So okay, I think I want to bring up the next topic here is this one. Does club have problems that we cannot solve? That cannot be solved. At the current moment, I do believe that we have, almost like my reference to putting your money on a certain number. I think that's where Klopp is at the moment. So with that being said, I'd like to talk about the problems that we have in terms of our team and the team that is available for selection. And here are our thoughts from Dave and then Puva for their what their thoughts on it and the lineup, and then we'll wrap up with our predictions and the show. So Dave, you start. What we've Dave's our transfer expert and our Liverpool inside news expert. We've got problems, right, Dave?
Massive.
Yeah.
That is according to
Where
fans.
we at going
That is
into this
according
game?
to you. That is according to probably Pua, or probably according to the eyes of um, people who's actually watching football all this while. But from the manager's point of view, he says that there is no issue. We are good enough. We are good to go. I have enough players who can actually do wonders. Um, to be very honest, I trust him. I don't want to go out there and look at all these um, transfer rumors. Whoever from a corner of a coffee shop in Argentina talking about a player from Sporting is heading to Liverpool and stuff. I wouldn't even know where you're from and what you are and what capabilities and credibilities that you have. But I do not listen to you. I listen to the boss. We trust him. We trusted him. We hired him. We trusted him. He said that in his first press conference that if not in 4 years, one trophy, you know, if if not, we will try again. Try again and again. But he delivered. So that's the word. That's the word. That's the confidence. That's the trust. That's the belief that he actually built around these fans. Um, I don't understand why fans need to have that thoughts that, oh, we should press the panic button, get a guy, get a midfielder. I have been seeing almost every day people are shouting for a midfielder. Or we lost Thiago, we lost Kodate, we lost Ox, we lost Keita, and everyone is pressing the panic button, and everyone is putting up a lot, piling up a lot of pressure on numerous occasions, and I don't think this is necessary at the moment. Um, if it's not now, probably by the end of September, I mean the beginning of September, um, we will have some of the players coming back. So why is the need of pressing this panic button? So I don't see any issues here, and I can see people already start asking me, "Are you guys here panicking about midfield?" Someone says that we have problems in the midfield, we are not strong. My question is, how many years all of you are watching football, and how many years all of you have the trust? I mean, what is your basic understanding on Klopp, and how do you trust Klopp? What do you see in that game, and what are the things that what are the challenges that he
Dave,
brings in to the
Dave, Dave,
player?
Dave,
Uh,
we have a
Pardon?
but Dave, we have a basic understanding of Klopp. You have a different level of Klopp understanding and admiration that it goes beyond boundaries. So don't mind
No,
us and
no,
everybody that has
no, no.
a very
No,
a very
no. My question is
pessimistic
to the fan
understanding of Klopp.
base out there. I see every day on the social media. I see every day on WhatsApp groups. People are shouting for where is the midfield? Where is the signing? FSG is stingy. FSG is not helping. You ask for stadium expansion. You ask for uh, drop of price on the tickets to freeze the prices. We did. We expand Anfield. We brought in a lot of players. We won. Everyone said that Klopp is not taking serious about the two domestic trophies, which is FA Cup and League Cup. He won it for you. He won everything for all of us.
Yeah. He's at
You
least
know.
silenced. He's at least silenced me and Puva for one season
So
because he
do
was
do
the
you think that
first one.
I trust those journalists that I actually follow? I trust the boss. I trust the boss. I trust Klopp. I think that he has a plan how he wants to get this the next few weeks before the 1st of September to run. He is actively looking for players. He said that it's not that we need player. If we require a player, we will bring in. So he doesn't have a requirement right now. He does.
Okay,
You
yeah, I
you
think
know, whoever
I think
knows, and everyone
I,
knows
I
that
think
we.
yeah, I think you've said it. Let's go to the comments here. I think there's the comments has also supported your cause here. Maya, thanks for watching. Maya, all the way from Maya's in KL, but he's a snapshot guy from all the way Singapore. But this time, Jones, Elliot Ramsey step up. Klopp brought loads of youngsters into the preseason. That's right. Klopp has mentioned in the press conference that if there's a need to buy players or for replacement or filling the gap, they will. So I think
What?
yeah, and I was
No,
actually
no,
very
that
surprised
is
that he said
actually
that.
wrong. That is actually wrong. He didn't say that to fill up the
Okay.
gap. He doesn't do that, and we know that for a fact that he doesn't do that. The gap filling
Yep.
signings. I don't think
No,
so. Sorry,
I think
Mayor.
he said something like he I think he said something like, well, if we want to buy, if they want to buy someone, they will get out there, but it has to be the right
Yeah,
player and the
yeah,
right fit. So that's what I think he meant by filling in the gaps. You have to
yep,
understand the
yep,
gap, and it has to be the right fit, the right
yep,
player. And based on
yep.
that, at the moment, there's nothing happening. He doesn't, because I think Klopp has not had his mind set on any other player to solve any current problem that they have. Mohamed Messi goes on to say that we have a problem. Our midfield not strong. Every time player injured mid last season, also we have injury in the middle. That's been a woe for us for so long. Mohamed Messi, you're not wrong at all there. we have loads of quality on our bench. If those players can't step up like the time that now, then we need to sell these players. Actually, see, this is the point where everybody needs to start to understand. In the end of the day, you got all the players on the bench for what? Right? For what? They are not players to fill in the gap. You're a player to come and step up when the need arises. So if you are unhappy, if you feel that you're not happy to be on the bench or anything like that, this is the time for you to show it. There's no better time than now. And this is where sometimes your top-notch players, your first frontier players, if they don't make the cut because the player from the bench comes and outshines them, this is where it becomes difficult, and how the club maintains a high performing culture. A high performing culture club, this is how you do it, because you have players coming, not just knocking the door, they break down the door and hit the ground running, and they put the challenge to the top players and say, hey, I can do this, what can you do? Why do you deserve that contract and not me? That's just, it's all in the game. It's all in managing a high performance club culture. That's all it is. And I think Klopp is doing the right thing. FSG is doing the right thing. Mia goes on to say, don't panic, we have qualities on the bench. Said Faris is known as a flop now. Jahat lah. Dia ni, this is your pure...
Okay, I didn't say anything about Nunes, okay?
This is your pure Singapore humor, This is the pure thick Singapore sense of humor. Just come in, one line like that, is Nunes a flop now? That kind of thing. Aduh, FSG in. Our midfield has the quantity, but not much the quality. Yep. All right. Yeah, Mia agrees with me. Yeah. And yes, brother. Hey, you Singaporeans go get room lah, lama. Okay, young player need to play more game, get them strong. Correct. And that is why everybody, I think yesterday, after a certain game was over, I think there was one football host in S03 that was so thick about what was going on, when Liverpool played the main team, the first team. Liverpool played even the second tier team fully and all that, and they were outmatched, they were outclassed by Manchester United and all that. So why does things change after the Premier League starts? I swear to God, like Klopp uses the preseason for what it's meant to be. He uses the preseason for what it's meant to be. And that's why he's very confident, irrespective of the results. Because in the Premier League, so you come in first game, you lose points. So he used the preseason for what it's meant to be, to show the players they can brush shoulders, to show the youngsters they can brush shoulders with our first team players. And sometimes they can outclass the first team players also in moments, to give them that confidence that they need. That's what happens when you play with players who are better than you, play with players who are more established than you, and so on. Sai Faris asked a good question here. Do you think Curtis needs a loan spell? I feel he disrupts the play. Yeah, I think he's not smooth. I think he's not smooth.
Sell him.
Yeah, I think he's not smooth for us. All right. Yeah, he's not a smooth player. So I don't disagree with you. Yes, Sai Faris. We'll get Puva to give his take after this. Mia goes on to say, true. Astro, lots of MU fans. That boss is Arsenal. It's like you order. No, I don't even want to do the metaphor. It's just so sad. I don't even want to do the metaphor. It's okay. Puva, coming back to the topic here before we go into the. So how will you line up the first 11 tomorrow night, Puva? What would you do?
Before touching that, I want to have my say as well on Jurgen Klopp. Just quick one.
Yes,
I think the biggest criticism of Jurgen Klopp from fans like me, who in a way would love to see Jurgen Klopp end of season prove me wrong. I would gladly take it, because as a fan, I gather my expectation on my team. I can't expect my team finish another season second to Man City by a point or two. That's not funny at all, because I believe Liverpool Football Club should be doing better. There are criticism on Jurgen Klopp as well, saying that the best Liverpool team in Premier League era couldn't manage to win a lot, much more trophies, much more league titles. I believe there are a set of fans, Liverpool fans, I would say more than 50% fan base actually believe they put the blame on FSG on this. Honestly speaking, I've been saying this for years. I honestly believe it's down to Jurgen Klopp. I believe he is someone as a personality is not aggressive enough when it comes to transfer market. He is someone that in his very first press conference as a Liverpool fan, one of it, I'm not so sure whether the first one or not, he said that he believes in trainings, not in signings. He is someone as a personality himself. He believes in that. He believes in training. He believes in developing already someone there in the squad. He is someone that try to improve a player, try to develop a player from a very good player to a world class player. That's Jurgen Klopp's greatest quality. He is not someone that believes in brutal or aggressive signings in transfer window. Make a statement in transfer window, like saying that, you know what, I have signed this player, I have signed this player, I signed this player. This is a statement for you guys. We're gonna take this league by storm. He is not that kind of person at all. He is a typical German, in my opinion, full of philosophy. He have his own principle. I am totally get it. But again, this season, I hope he end up proving me wrong, because as Dave B said earlier, uh, Jurgen Klopp has completed all the trophies as a Liverpool manager 7 years. Within 7 years, so that's a remarkable something that the great Sir Alex Ferguson took 22 years to do. That's to do it in the same era of Man City. It's remarkable. But no matter what, I have my criticism on Jurgen Klopp. Look at the reality here. We are approaching the second game of the league. We are already down with 6 or 7 injuries. All are important injuries. Two centre backs are out now. Thiago is out now. Anderson form is declining. Anderson is declining. That's the fact. And I'm totally against Jurgen Klopp, who have blind loyalty on Anderson, because he failed to realize that year by year the players are getting old. It's a fact. I think the average age of the matchday squad against Fulham was 30 or 31. I'm not so sure. I read somewhere that that's the oldest matchday squad we actually fielded in Premier League era. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Like, I totally get why fans are against these signings. They're crying for a midfielder. Simple reason. We knew that Liverpool Football Club better than the rest 18 teams in the league, but we are still fell short a bit compared to Man City because of For example, we don't have a Kevin De Bruyne in our team. We don't have a Bernardo Silva in our team. We don't have a Foden in our team. Foden and Curtis Jones are literally same age players, but you can see Foden is technically world class. Is technically world class. He can do something out of nothing. Curtis Jones still have years to learn. No, I'm surprised, like what Dave said, that we need to sell Curtis Jones. I won't go to that level. Okay, I would still give him time. Maybe a loan spell is fine. Okay, but not now. Now this season we are already short of numbers in the midfield. Okay, I totally get. Very sure I put money on this. We are going after Jude Bellingham next year. That's for sure. That's the only reason why Jurgen Klopp still not panicking, and he believe. Also, I believe the signing of Fabio Cavallo, and also by giving the new contract to Avi Elliott, so we
Sorry,
can
sorry,
put
sorry,
the
sorry. Yeah, we're going after Bellingham next season. Sorry,
Yep.
yes,
sorry, we're
yes,
going after Bellingham next season. This season,
yeah,
Yep.
next
Next
season.
season.
next season. Okay.
because because Dortmund made it clear that it's impossible to let go both of their star players in the same window.
Yep.
They lost they
Haaland.
lost Erling Haaland in this
Sorry,
window.
sorry. There is one hilarious comment here again from our brother in Singapore that he needs to be, he deserves to be come up here. Foden John Miles, like comparing Stevie G and Joey Butler.
No, I try to be decent. I try to be decent,
Yeah.
but Shed Faris is being brutal. He's brutally honest there. But that's the thing. That's the thing. That's the difference. That's the difference Man City had compared to us. We can beat the rest 18 teams home and away. We are capable of doing it, but not Man City. When was the last time we beat Man City in the league? At Anfield. It's been some time. I think the time we won the league in 2020, 1920 season, that was the last we actually beat them. Okay.
Yep.
So that's my take on it. I would blame Jurgen Klopp on this. I think I'm entitled on that. I'm a fan. I came to this club before Jurgen Klopp came. I supported this team before Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp will leave. I'll be still supporting this team. This fan base, they're entitled to any opinions. I respect what Dave B thinks. I respect, and I think any criticism by fans is should be listened. You know,
Agree.
don't tell me Jurgen Klopp saying that we have enough midfielders, but at the same time, it's a well-known fact in the media. He was after Chomini the whole summer until Real Madrid came and snatched him
Yep.
from us. So why you went after a
Yep.
midfielder and then you saying in front of media that you don't need because we have enough midfielders? What was the difference between us and Real Madrid in the Champions League final? We had certain Nabi Keita
Yeah.
in the best possible position to take a shot to score the goal in the dying minutes instead of the likes of Bellingham or Kevin De Bruyne. It's a fact. It's a fact. We fell short in the last hurdle because of that. That's my take on it.
Faris.
That's a good one.
Jones Carla, bro, it might be the next Lingard. The problem I was talking about, I was with a Manchester United fan yesterday, and we're talking about Lingard. The problem with this Lingard, so it's definitely right. You need Jones to go out there and revel in that role that he plays so well. But he needs to be in a team where he's the baller, in the team. Just like how you bring Coutinho in an Aston Villa like that, and Coutinho is like a lord of football in that team. So it's just like Lingard, he can go to a half-baked team and he'll be the dawn of that team. So I think this whole thing with Jones is right. I think whatever he has done so far, the signs that he has shown has been good. But we need a player that can really be very consistent and smooth. And he is very disruptive. Saifari said it earlier. He's really disruptive to a lot of our plans. We want him to go into a game and do X. The guy is doing Y, Z, and everything else. And this is something, it is something really, really fair to really say. Beyond that, I think Puva, let's go into your first 11 and wrap up the show with predictions right after that.
Allison in the goal between the sticks. I think that's straightforward. Trent Alexander right back. Van Dijk and Gomez. As we all know, Matip and Konate is out. So
Matip is
Gomez
out there. That's why Mohamed Messi here. Matip is out. So I doubt he's a doubt for the game.
Matip is out. And I don't
Yep.
think even if he's fine to start, I don't think Klopp will take the risk because we have an all important game at Old Trafford.
Yes, my thing, Puva. So you'll play Diaz Nunes Salah?
Yes, of course. Oh, don't. I already have my takes on Jurgen Klopp. Don't make me to push beyond boundaries on this. Don't,
No,
don't, don't,
no, and
don't.
that's why. No, I want you to say it. I want you to say it. No, I want you to say it because you're playing Diaz. You've got to have a strategy and a formation that allows for you to provide the through balls, the last ball, the final ball to him, crosses or whatever. Not. But the formation that we play is never going to be doing that. You're going to expect David Nunes and Diaz to do a whole lot of work. Don't you think so?
That I've been saying this for years as well. I have my criticism on Jurgen Klopp. Why you have to so obsessed with 4-3-3 all the time? You need to work out with something with the players you have. Now Darwin Nunes as a profile that we never had before. A target man, a number 9. We never had before. We can't play the 4-3-3 again. Firmino was doing the false 9 job. You can't expect Darwin to do that. But and the second half when Darwin Nunes came in, we could see Liverpool came to the game. We started to play. Salah started to play. Because Firmino
Puva,
was
I think Puva, I think the Napshot brothers want you to say hi to them because they said that you broke down in tears after that emotional analysis and you turned
No,
off your camera.
no, that's not that's not the reason actually. But you know what? You know what? To be honest, it's not easy to take another season. We finish second to City by pushing
Oh
them
yeah, yeah.
down to the wire until the last game. I don't mind. I don't mind we finishing 10 points behind, but don't no, please no. Three times in Premier League era we finish by 1 point of Man City would be not easy to take. And we know that we could have easily addressed it, and we could have easily won the league in the expenses of Man City. It is the fact.
For
You
not
know.
one season, yeah. For 3 seasons, we could have addressed
Yes,
it and we did not do it.
exactly. Yes, at certain times we were unlucky with injuries. I totally get it. The season after we won the league, that's a forfeit season because we had horrible injury. But that also down to Jurgen Klopp. Trust me, he sold Lovren, he never replaced him. It's a fact.
Yeah, people forget.
It's a
People
fact.
forget.
People tend to forget all those stuff. And
Or
the Konate's arrival,
as a certain politician in Malaysia would say, kopites mudah lupa. Yeah, kopites mudah lupa.
now the thing is, the arrival of Konate was a brilliant signing. I have to respect that. But the arrival was 6 months late as well. The arrival was 6 months late. These are the things that we should be avoided. I praise what the team did, the recruitment team did, the Jurgen Klopp coaching staff all did to Luis Diaz. The moment they knew that Spurs were interested and close to the agreement, they rushed back to hijack the deal, which is I never seen before because they know that they're gonna go after Diaz.
Very rare for our kind of business. Is
Very
very
rare.
rare. Yeah.
Very rare. That's something that I expect us to do in most scenarios. Like some like here now, we are short of midfielders. Now Thiago's injury is massive. It's massive. Our statistic whenever Thiago plays for us is we have more wins whenever Thiago played. It's a fact. Without Thiago, we have more draws. It's a fact. More stalemates. It's a fact. It's a fact. That's the reason why fans are worried. Fans are demanding more. We are a breed that gone through 3 decades without winning the league title. you know, we this fan base actually deserve more
Sorry,
trophies.
I cannot. I don't know what. Like I always say, Syed Faris smoking don't know what over there. They got the strongest stuff across the border. You see this, kalau tak ada ayam, makanlah telur. Kalau tak ada Lovren, gunalah kelapa.
This Singapore
Bro,
humor, I tell you.
I really want to have some of that stuff you guys are smoking over there in Singapore.
Now let me complete with this lineup. Yeah, I think
Yes.
that's straightforward. Allison, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Gomez, VVD.
Syed Faris says he'll play Simikas instead of Robo.
Yes, I want to play Simikas as well. I would put Simikas there. And then Anderson, Keita, and Elliot, I believe, will start in midfield. And Diaz, Salah, and Darwin, front three.
Faris says Jota, Nunes, Salah. That's interesting.
Is Jota ready? I don't think so.
Doubt is ready. He's still out.
I don't think he's back in the full training. I don't think Jota will be squad as well. For United game, most likely he'll be there.
No, I think Faris is still in coma. Jota is injured, Faris.
He's like,
Konate is injured, Faris.
he's like you're doing something.
Jota is not ready. That's why
Faris
Jota-
is like A, B, C, F. Okay, Napshot goes out to say here, Puva is spot on with the assessment of Klopp. He has been near perfect in the management of the team, but that one marginal difference is his tactical flexibility. That's where Pep triumphs over him. That's true. Okay, that's true. Okay, so Pua, are you final with your 11?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so let's go into predictions then from everyone. Mohamed Messi has started here 3-1. Liverpool will see. Even Messi say Mohamed Messi is saying we let go one goal lah, we surely let go one goal. Salah scores 2, Nunes score 1. Ini I hope ini bukan FPL punya drama ya. Kenapa Salah score 2 ni? Salah score 1 pun cukup. Kenapa dia score 2? Ini ada FPL punya ni. Udang di sebalik batu ni.
Yeah, Mama
Said
Messi is
Faris said
FPL.
Okay, guys, comment section. Where are your predictions? Prediction, please. Yeah, Said Faris, by prediction, I mean the match prediction. You don't say we are going to sign Chomini because he already went to Real Madrid again. Said Faris says 2-2 LFC. 2-2 to LFC. Kenapa, bro? Why you do like this? Why you do like this? Just because yesterday was a big 4-goal drama. We also need 4 goal this way, is it? Boleh lah. Said Faris, okay lah. 3-2 LFC. Mayor said so. 4-1 LFC. Mana ada bro? Okay, baik. Okay, Dave B, your prediction. Puva gives his last, of course.
Before the prediction, I want to go into the lineup as well.
Okay.
I think it's going to be the same old 4, except Matip or Konate will be missing, or we might see Nathaniel Phillips or Gomez starting there. Robertson on the left, Trent Arnold on the right. I think Ramsey is not ready yet. Midfield, Fabinho, Keita, and Henderson, or it could be Milner, it could be Elliott, or we might even get Carvalho to start. Front three, Nunes, Salah, Diaz. There's no doubt about it. My prediction, of course, I'm gonna go for a big 4-0 win. I'm gonna go for 4-0 win.
Hey, you're 4-0. You simply, Davey. You simply with this 4-0 garbage.
No, I'm going to go seriously. No, I already had this.
Bro, don't hit below the belt, okay? Don't hit below the belt. Don't do this. It's really, really bad. Really bad.
No, I already had this.
Because you cannot be as bad as Mayor with how he wants to drive a joke. So Mayor goes prediction 4-1. Then he corrects himself, say LFC 4-1.
No, I said Liverpool 4-0.
Okay.
I'll go for 4-0.
Snapshot say 3-2 Salah leading the way because I regretted not captaining Jesus.
All these are FPL players.
Itu dia. Salah will score 3. Okay. My prediction is 2-1. 2-1. I think we've got issues. I think we've got to fight and scrape out a win. And I would like to see a game that we really show again mentality monsters where we struggle. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a walk in the park. Oh my God, it's not going to be easy. Anything but a walk in the park. I would like to see a game where we really win it at the depth. We play 90-minute football. Both sides of the pitch, we show it, and I really want to scrape it out and mentality monsters, because for me, the season has begun. We started off on the wrong foot, not completely, but we could be better. This is the game where we got to get things back on the right foot, and we got to get it back in the right foot in the Liverpool style if we want to mean something this season. So as such, I think 2-1. That's my prediction. Puvarasan, all to you.
I'm going for 3-1. I believe we will concede. I'm going for 3-1 Liverpool win. I think going forward, I think we will be too strong for Palace. We would be able to score more than 2 goals, I believe. But I'm not so sure on the clean sheet. That's why I predicted 3-1.
Okay. 3-1.
We barely needed a win. That's for sure. We barely needed a win. Because this is probably the longest wait you could ever imagine, because we played our first game Saturday early kickoff, and we still haven't played yet. We're playing tomorrow, the last game, because usually when you put your foot wrong in a certain game, you would be so desperate to play the next one by winning it, and
Fast,
then
fast, yeah.
and they put the result behind you. So it's stressful. It's worry. I quite worry as well because Monday night, as we have we have not a good record on Monday night football. That's for sure.
Horrible, horrible.
Horrible.
We
So, but
probably have the worst Monday night. We're probably holding the record for worst Monday night results.
yeah, not so sure on that. But I believe yes, we probably one of the team with not a good record on Monday night.
Yeah.
But it's Anfield under the light, Palace. We had a good preseason win over them in Singapore, but we know that they were without the likes of Zaha as well. So expect a different Crystal Palace because they were really good against Arsenal. It's a fact for the last 45 minutes. The second
Yep.
45 minutes they were really good.
Very
But I
good.
going for 3-1 Liverpool win. Of course, I have to back because we needed a win. Uh, Not so worried about Man United next, but in terms of context of the league, we can't afford to lose more points to Man City. Man, the chasing will be very difficult.
Okay, the last 10 comments, they've highlighted 10 injured players. So I don't want to continue too many injured. Hopefully we will win. Oh my god. Okay. All right. We've come to the end of the show. I wanted to say it's going to be a good game. We've got thank you so much to everyone who watched. Everybody from Napshot in Singapore, Said Faris, the Napshot team itself in the comments, Muhammad Messi, everyone, thank you so much. Those watching in and didn't maybe too shy to comment, thank you so much. It's going to be a good game. We just I think me and Puva do this every season. There's a lot of this drama with the fan base and over certain results and all that, and some other teams are having even bigger problems. There's so much of tug of wars going on between the fan bases inside their own side of the fence, and I just we're all fans. We created this show, so that everybody can come here and speak their peace of mind, either in the comments or if you wanna come on the show. Any of you want to come on the show, just drop us a note. We're more than happy to have you on the show. We just wanna hear from the fans. We want to do this for the club that we love and this game that we love and this league that we seem to can't live without. And just take it with a pinch of salt. Sometimes more than a pinch of. Sometimes take it like how Salt Bay does the salt. Okay, sometimes you gotta take it that way. And I think you stand by your team. Stand by what you believe in. You can't lose faith. You can't lose hope. You can always get angry, just like Puva. We're angry with Jurgen Klopp when Liverpool is probably having one of the most successful phases of club football. So when we're angry with a lot of things, because there were 3 times we could have had different outcomes, and it wasn't addressed by the club and the owners and the management. So stand by them. A lot of people like to say, yeah, but if your team is right down there, and quite literally some teams are right down there today, in spite of all the things that were done. we were there too. We were there opening day, losing, getting hammered. We were there in the first 10 games, losing 3, drawing 5. We were there. So we know how to stick to your team when you're down. All we ask for is this is to stand by your team. Please. You got to do that. Where's the sportsmanship spirit? Where's the spirit of being a fan of this club, of your club, and this beautiful game? So everybody gets that message, and Muhammad makes a comment here. Don't forget buy 4-0 roulette. Okay. Let's have a good game. Thank you so much for watching the Cop Talk. And don't forget, thank you to Footsy app Malaysia. Please download the Footsy app. Use the app for all your footballing needs. We're probably going to have a very show to showcase the Footsy app. Dave and myself will be working on it. And we're probably going to do a lot more things to really talk about the Footsy app and make you guys understand what the app is about, and so that you can really use it. Otherwise, thank you for watching. We'll be back next week with Shades of Red. Next week, we're going to have Shades of Red. We're going to have a mixture of United fans and Liverpool fans on the show. Stay tuned for that, because we have the the upcoming derby. So we can't wait for that. But let's get through Tuesday first. We do not know what the outcome is going to be. Let's take it a day at a time, a stride at a time. This is the Cop Talk. Thank you, Footy Guru. Thank you, Dave B. And this is Captain Sena. We're signing off.